everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today, as usual. So, wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. We are going to discuss XRP. I now have the opportunity to provide an update for a video I made yesterday, which was generated by Tokenizer. Thus, CHAR, QNT, XLM, ALGO, XRP, XDC, Check, IOTA, MNW, Link, Onondo, and Koti are on the EU compliance list. Here is a comprehensive list of all the cryptocurrencies that are uniting around the digital euro. And because I just mentioned HAR, QNT, XRP, and I believe XDC in the video yesterday, I wanted to provide that update. However, it is the complete list. What do you appreciate about this? The same thing will occur with the digital dollar in the US shortly after this is finished. You know, the UK will experience the same thing, and so on. Digital assets are where smart money is parked. RZ is the source of this. Listen to it. Why is a new asset class necessary? All okay, I have bonds and stocks. Possess for short-term funds. I have a wonderful fund. I own a small amount of gold and a money market fund. What's the point of adding Bitcoin? Your point is that diversification can reduce volatility and potentially increase returns. That's all there is to it. To put it another way, if you subscribe to modern portfolio theory and Harry Merowitz's Nobel Prize-winning research, which states that investing is primarily about risk and return, you should manage that risk and diversify so that you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. If you can add a new basket or further diversify your risks, you can protect yourself from the downside while maintaining your upside potential. The newest asset class was created 170 years ago. Why wouldn't I want to include it? The discovery of oil in the 1850s was the last time we had a new asset class. As the academic research indicates, there is a fantastic opportunity to further enhance the diversification. And what proportion do you currently advise? The majority advise low, single-digit allocations of 2, 3, 4, and 5%. However, those that are deeply involved in cryptocurrency are allocating between 10 and 40% of their assets to it. Yes, given the volatility of cryptocurrencies, there is a great deal of risk involved. There is a lot of risk. Long-term, volatility can be tolerated if you see the investing opportunity and the importance of rebalancing. It doesn't, however, it can create The fact that they are still discussing cryptocurrency volatility astounds me. That volatility is what we adore. We reach such elevated pricing thresholds because of that unpredictability. Notably, he likened cryptocurrency to the discovery of oil many years ago. Additionally, this is the first time in history that retail has outperformed institutions in this regard. This is really that large, and for that reason, it's crucial to avoid selling too quickly. I should also mention that smoke is the source of this. Thanks to the rise of new cutting-edge infrastructure solutions like Ripple, which are taking the place of correspondent relationships, both local and international instant payments are growing quickly. I often bring this up. People frequently claim that it's only for cross-border payments. Domestically, XRP will be utilized within the United States. Ripple has all those money transmitter licenses for this reason. It is relatively easy to overcome domestic payments if you master cross-border payments, which is why Elon obtained all of those money transmitter licenses. We're on the verge of a super cycle of invention, Bank of America. And I concur with that. Believe it's not just AI. I believe blockchain and AI are merging. Since we're holding the robot money, AI will drive the price of many of these cryptocurrencies further higher. We are keeping the future transactions that the machines will be conducting. Did you know that one of the first pioneers was Ripple, a blockchain startup launched in 2012, and the creator of XRP, Coingecko, is the source of this. They released an XRP beginner's guide, which is excellent, in my opinion. Many folks always ask me to try making XRP simpler so they can better explain it to their families. You can learn everything you need to know about XRP and Ripple, as well as how they are a more sustainable option than Bitcoin, by visiting Coingecko. Since they already know that XRP would outperform Bitcoin in the long run, they published this directly on their website. They continue by discussing it in a straightforward and intelligible manner. And I wanted to let everyone know about this. You know, many individuals constantly discuss XRP with their pals, and most of the time, they simply discuss the future of XRP. But as soon as you start dissecting XRP and showing how this enormous network is developing around the coin, people will begin to realize how great of an opportunity this is. This opportunity comes only once in a lifetime, and time is running out on this. For most people, it's over once XRP begins to get traction and institutional acceptance occurs, since it will reach these significant levels. Everyone will be demanding that the price drop again, and it will do so, and we won't ever see pricing below 2 digits again. After that, we won't ever see anything below 3 digits again, and so forth. This is from New York Democrat and Eleanor Tourette's new representative, Richie Torres. He is proposing legislation that would prohibit federal officials and members of their immediate family from making money via stable currency and memes. He is discussing Trump coin. It's obvious. It's right there. I somewhat agree with this, since I believe that having a stake in the outcome is impossible if you want innovation to be promoted in the U.S. Their main justification for not completing this stable coin bill is that, well, President Donald Trump is all about cryptocurrency, they say. Therefore, we will delay this invention for as long as possible rather than rushing it through. And the only people who truly suffer are those who own cryptocurrency and Americans. The sooner this is completed, the faster innovation advances and the sooner cryptocurrency in the U.S. has a definite future. So, on the one hand, I agree with this. However, I understand that he is the President of the United States. Who cares if he's making meme coins or investing? I don't give a damn. Simply hope that these legislation are passed so that things can begin to move forward. The volume of the stablecoin Ripple USD, RLUSD, soars by 37%. The RLUSD is suddenly seeing a significant increase, and this surge is expected to continue. You know, RLUSD is a fantastic substitute for Circle's USDC and Tether USDT. In my opinion, many people will ultimately cash out part of their cryptocurrency into RLUSD during this run. Thus, even though RLUSD is gaining traction, this is what Tether gives us. The CEO of Tether warns that many European banks will fail in the next years. And he claims that the lack of adequate insurance at the banks is the reason he does not wish to abide by EU regulations. Remember that their regulation pushed for 60% of our reserves to remain in uninsured cash deposits in Europe, he argues. Let's do this easy math computation, shall we? Assume that the market value of your stable coin in Europe is 10 billion euros. 60% must be held in bank cash deposits that are not insured. Europe's bank insurance is only $100,000 due to uninsured cash deposits. All right, you open several accounts and I believe you could get more insurance. That doesn't mean they shouldn't comply. We are all aware that Tether is a huge scam. Come on, 1 billion USDT was still made at Tether Treasury today. Mint suddenly appeared. The destination of the $1 billion USDT is already known to us. It's affecting the cost of Bitcoin. For this reason, I have always stated that Bitcoin will be taken with Tether when it fails. Meet cryptographers, early Bitcoin developers, the creators of the XRP ledger and early Ripple crew, plus insiders from Goldman Sachs, NASA, the NSA, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Wall Street, and the New York Fed. It's no accident that XRP exists. Was created from the ground up with the intention of becoming the future. When I look at XRP, the XRP ledger is what I see. I even believe that Ripple was always in line with the elites. How does a business like Ripple manage to stay out of trouble? With the SEC? Without the elites supporting this technology, how can Ripple acquire the global traction it did? For this reason, I stated that the banks will not fail as Bitcoin maximalists believe. By using something like XRP that provides on-demand liquidity, the banks will be successful. Suddenly, like an overnight occurrence, it transforms the entire banking system for all time. SWIFT is already being replaced by Ripple. The banker's coin is in our possession. How do you envision our portfolios to appear? I could give you the phone numbers right now. That's how they will appear. In May, the XRP ledger reached 1 million payments, indicating a resurgence in blockchain momentum and adoption. The XRP ledger is once again beginning to gather traction. And as long as that momentum persists, XRP's price will begin to increase once more. People continue to predict that this cycle top will occur in July. Bedwire is at the same time. Additionally, it falls inside the August deadline for crypto rules, stable rules for coins as well. For XRP, the time window is ideal. I believe that this run will continue for the remainder of the year. Additionally, I believe that early 2026 will be the time when XRP reaches its peak. The good news is that by then, I believe the price of XRP will be driven by widespread institutional acceptance and utility. Although everyone is calling for a massive crash, I don't believe one will occur. Indeed, XRP may experience a pullback of some kind. With that usefulness driving the price, I believe it will swiftly recover even if it dips 10 to 20% from its peak. Utility will likely drive XLM, Q&T, HAR, Algo, IOTA, and ADA, in my opinion. I believe that there will be a few other cryptocurrencies that will also be rising in value. I believe ISO will provide Link with some benefits. Additionally, I believe there are several coins that I don't discuss very often. They will begin to pick up speed. One of them is Nexera. A Z could begin to reverse course. DAG is a significant 1. I believe that DAG is being overlooked by many individuals. Casper is beginning to move. Flare is now going to grow throughout this year as well. This is what I'm telling you. I always advised diversifying your cryptocurrency holdings. You still have time to invest in any of these cryptocurrencies. But I have no idea where the breakout will go once it starts. It will continue for a long time if we have a utilities run. That will be made possible by regulations. ETFs will make that possible. Adoption by institutions. After that, you begin to examine ISO, which is something that everyone is ignoring. ISO will be more significant than most people realize, and I believe that many people will be shocked and come to terms with the fact that they were mistaken about it. With Fedwire, July is quickly approaching. Let's see how that turns out. It's too soon to tell, in my opinion, how it will be in INC because it's so amazing for these cryptocurrencies in the beginning, but I believe that a gradual upward movement will occur over that time because these cryptocurrencies will be included in those ISO messages and payments. Real-time payments are what people demand. It begins with settlement as well as message. In addition to communications, XRP and Ripple also facilitate settlement. That, in my opinion, is a game changer. But in the meantime, remain optimistic, patient, and let's all get rich. That being said, I will now conclude this video. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank to everybody. The next one will see you. Enjoy your evening.